No, I have 2 losses. A fighter never think about lose.
He's significantly bigger than anyone you fought before, and he's one of the all-time greats. You're not going to feel apprehensive when you get in that ring against him?
Fear? No.
I will for you, and I'm not even you.
That's cool.
But can you accept he's better than you at anything or not?
No, because he ain't proven it yet.
We want to find out September 13th. That's why we are here, to see who's the best.
We're going to give the fans a show, for sure, because it don't take a big punch.
Because we are true fighters.
Yeah, 2 fighters, but
True fighters.
true, yeah, of course. No, not YouTuber fighters.
Huh?
Not YouTuber fighters. Yeah, of course.
They need to talk about the fight because they want to sell something. The people know we are great fighters. They want to put a great fight.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk.
I am sure in the end in the mid of September we will have one of the greatest fights ever happen in boxing.
Just as the news of their fight being officially confirmed went viral, Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez sparked a frenzy online after a heated exchange during an interview with Piers Morgan. The interview had been scheduled for weeks to coincide with the official announcement of the fight, putting both fighters face to face as Piers fired questions their way.
2 greats in the last era. It's going to be big.
What does it do to your 2 legacies?
Sometimes people talk shit a lot, and when they stay in the ring, they do nothing.
You know, a win against Canelo Alvarez put me, on Mount Rushmore.
It started off calmly, but tensions rose quickly when they broke their promise to avoid trash talk. The atmosphere turned intense when Piers Morgan asked Crawford whether he had considered the possibility of losing his undefeated record to Canelo. Crawford responded, "I've never thought about that because to me, it's not even a possibility. I'm preparing to win. No one I step into the ring with can beat me."
I'm sure of it. I am sure of it.
And fist up. That's good. Excellent. Great. Excellent. Wonderful.
Canelo took this as a sign of disrespect, feeling Crawford was underestimating him. He snapped, "Don't disrespect me, idiot. I'll do what no one has ever done to you before. I'm built different." Whether or not that's true will only be proven in the ring this September. Still, the tension lingered. In a subtle jab to get back at Crawford, Canelo took a dig at him in his next response when asked how he was preparing for the fight and if Crawford had any unique threats.
I don't really care.
Everything is riding on this one moment.
Who's going to win? Really? Are you 100% certain you're going to win? Do you believe you're going to win?
I believe 100% I'm going to win.
100%?
100%.
Could you kill me with your bare hands?
How old are you?
I'm 60.
Canelo claimed that Crawford brought nothing new to the table, adding that he had faced all kinds of opponents, taller, shorter, faster, heavier punchers, and even slick movers, and that Crawford was no different. As the interview wrapped up, the 2 continued to whisper insults at each other off camera, escalating to the point where Canelo nearly threw a punch. Thankfully, security stepped in just in time.
Where you at? Let me see.
Yeah, that's it.
What is it?
So you guys fighting?
No, that's not fighting. Fighting ain't even in the definition of boxing. What is boxing?
Responding further to the upcoming bout, Canelo took to social media and stated, "He's a great fighter, but he's not Canelo." The remark reflected his confidence and set the tone for what promises to be a high-stakes showdown. Crawford, on the other hand, faces a significant challenge, moving up 2 full weight classes to meet Canelo. Although he's shown remarkable adaptability in the past, the weight gap could play a crucial role.
Canelo's now 10-0 at super middleweight, been largely untouchable at this weight class. Why do you believe that you're the man to knock him off?
Because I'm the best. That's why. That's why everybody gonna come and watch September 12th.
All right, bud, good luck on September 12th.
Still, Crawford remains unfazed. Determined to prove himself against the iconic Mexican champion, he's pushing forward. This is being called the most anticipated fight in boxing in recent years. The long-rumored mega bout between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford will finally happen on September 13th in Las Vegas and will stream globally on Netflix, organizers confirmed Tuesday. This historic matchup brings together 2 of the most accomplished pound-for-pound fighters of the past decade in a cross-divisional clash with generational implications. Alvarez, the undisputed super middleweight champion who has held titles from 154 to 175 pounds, will defend his crown against Crawford, the undefeated four-division title holder. Crawford will be jumping 2 weight classes to challenge the Mexican superstar in what many are already calling the fight of the century. While the exact venue has not been finalized, Allegiant Stadium, the 71,835-seat home of the NFL's Las Vegas Raiders, is the leading candidate. Although a scheduled college football game may conflict with the date, discussions are ongoing to resolve the issue.
About moving up in divisions for Terence Crawford and Canelo, are you concerned about that? I know you're not a big fan of fighters moving up.
I don't know. I mean, these are 2 guys that have accomplished a lot. You know, it's one of what you would call a super fight.
Absolutely.
And I do super fights, so.
Who do you feel wins?
I don't know. I don't know.
Will you be at attendance? Will you be there?
Probably. More than likely, yes.
Tina, is that going to be your first fight with TKO? There's a lot of rumors. Turkey said the other day.
T-Mobile Arena, where both fighters have had career-defining moments. Canelo in multiple headliners and Crawford with his demolition of Errol Spence Jr. in 2023 remains a strong backup option. The fight will be promoted under Saudi Arabia's Riyadh season banner in collaboration with UFC President Dana White and the Saudi entertainment group Sila. This marks Dana White's official entry into the boxing world and highlights Saudi Arabia's increasing influence in major boxing events. On September 13th, 2 legends of the ring, Canelo and Crawford, will finally collide in the fight of the century, said Turki Alshik, chairman of the General Entertainment Authority and president of the Saudi Boxing Federation.
Potentially be the first one.
What?
Crawford versus Canelo.
Well, listen, my model is way different. Turkey has things that he's obligated to over the next 18 months. I want to break the sport down and build it from the ground up like we did the UFC. So I'm on a different path.
What's something that would surprise the boxing fans with this new deal? You're coming in hot. Turkey says he wants to crush the competition. How do you...
Together with Dana White and Sila, we're set to deliver something extraordinary in Las Vegas for fans around the world to witness via Netflix. He added, Crawford, boasting a perfect record of 41-0 with 31 knockouts, has already made history by becoming the first male boxer to achieve undisputed status in 2 different weight classes during the 4-belt era at 140 pounds and 147 pounds. In his last fight, Crawford defeated Israel Madrimov to claim the WBA junior middleweight title. Now, he's making a direct jump to 168 pounds to face Canelo without a warm-up bout. My perfect record speaks for itself, Crawford stated. I'm the best fighter in the world, regardless of weight class or opponent. On September 13th, my hand will be raised once again as the world watches greatness.
I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Would it be more of a cat and mouse? The reality is Canelo does put people out. From Kirkland to Amir Khan to just...
Don't
obviously,
I'm just saying, man.
No, but he's not. Kovalev.
Kovalev was older. He does.
Billy Joe.
Does. Don't get me wrong. He does have a lot of power, but all those guys that you name is not as skillful.
Canelo Alvarez, currently February 2nd, 62 with 39 knockouts, is coming off a dominant, if unspectacular, decision win over William Skull. In May, a fight staged in Riyadh as part of his reported $400 million 4-fight deal under Riyadh season. That agreement allowed for one bout to be held outside of Saudi Arabia, and Canelo chose Las Vegas, where his massive fan base traditionally shows up in full force. I'm super excited to make history once again, and this time on a Riyadh season card that'll be broadcast on Netflix, said Canelo. I've won 6 straight since that one defeat to Dimitri Bivol, and now I'm ready to show again why I'm the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world.
I'm sorry. No disrespect to none of those fighters. The skill level is not there.
So how do you see a fight with Canelo going?
Tough fight. Canelo is a great fighter. Like, I always had respect for Canelo, but I just believe in my skills. The fact that people doubt me, it just fueled me even more. Try to get the fight even more. And I'm watching them, I'm like, man, I can beat this dude. I've been fighting people bigger than me all my life, and I always came out on top. You gonna get hit. It's a fight. He gonna get hit too. It'll be good.
Crawford attended the Skull fight, where his September bout with Canelo was publicly teased in the ring. Despite questions about their age, Canelo turns 35 next month, and Crawford will be 38 in September. Both men remain among boxing's elite. Turkey wants to make the biggest fights the fans want. And this is exactly my kind of event, said Dana White, who is launching a new boxing venture under the UFC's TKO banner. Are you kidding me? My first boxing promotion is Canelo versus Crawford? This is a once-in-a-lifetime fight. A 3-city press tour is set to build hype later this month. The fighters will appear in Riyadh on June 20th, then head to New York on June 22nd, and wrap things up in Las Vegas on June 27th.
It seems like that's going to be the fight. Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez, the biggest fight in boxing.
Well, Canelo's the face of boxing. He's the best fighter for Terence Crawford out there. He's the biggest fight for Terence Crawford out there. So that's why Terence Crawford want to take the opportunity to share a ring with another great.
How do you beat him?
You'll see. Come 12.
Go to decision.
It's clear Canelo versus Terence Crawford is the biggest fight in boxing right now. While Canelo is considered the face of the sport, Crawford is widely respected as one of the most skilled. Both fighters have shown signs of vulnerability recently. Canelo cruised to a decision win over Skull, but looked flat, while Crawford had to dig deep to pull off a late win against Madrimov. Still, the magnitude of this matchup is undeniable. A win for Canelo would further solidify his legacy as the king of this era. A victory for Crawford, however, could crown him as the most versatile fighter in modern history. Oscar de la Hoya, a 6th-division world champion turned promoter, and Canelo's former promoter, originally backed Crawford to win. But now, he's walked back that prediction.
So Oscar, you're not feeling Canelo Crawford? You're not feeling Canelo Crawford?
Oh, I like it. I actually like the fight. I like the fight. I'm just saying, like, you know, reality is both guys are 38 years old. I mean, or 35, 38. But I like the fight.
In a recent interview with Brian Mazik, De La Hoya said he now favors Canelo due to the size difference. If Crawford pulls it off, give him the title of the greatest ever. But I just don't see it happening, he said. Canelo is a big puncher. Sure, he moves like he's on quicksand and Crawford can use that, but Canelo will weigh around 200 pounds on fight night. That pressure is going to be hard to handle. He added, "Look, I'll give Crawford all the credit in the world if he wins. He'll be like the messiah of boxing. Should Crawford defeat Canelo, he would become the first male boxer in history to win undisputed championships in 3 different weight divisions." But the 37-year-old from Omaha is facing what may be the most difficult test of his decorated career.
Canelo Crawford, in the history of boxing, and this is the facts.
Let's get it.
If you see Thursdays, Back Thursdays, I speak the facts. All right, I'll even do it for you. A good little man has never beaten a good big man in the history of the game, unless you go back to certain situations with Pacquiao beat me, but I was a dead man walking anyway. But a good little man never beats a good big man, so it's a tough test for Crawford.
As anticipation builds for the September 13th showdown, boxing legend Roy Jones Jr. also weighed in during the International Boxing Hall of Fame ceremony in Canastota, New York. Jones emphasized that the fight will come down to Canelo's strategy. "That's a great matchup," Jones said, "but the result depends entirely on what kind of fight Canelo chooses to fight." His remarks highlight how critical Canelo's game plan will be in adapting to Crawford's unique style and strengths.
Sorry, we'd be wrong, Roy, to not ask you. It's a hot topic right now, just switching gears. Bud, Canelo, you know, done deal. Looks like the fight is signed. What's your thoughts on this fight, man?
Man, it's a great fight for boxing. I know people don't agree with it, but if Canelo fights one inkling of the wrong fight, he's gonna lose.
Canelo's last performance against William Skull raised questions about his ability to adjust. Though he won unanimously, he struggled with Skull's lateral movement and clean defense. If he tries a similar approach against Crawford, a slick switch hitter known for his ring IQ, he might have trouble asserting dominance. On the other hand, if Canelo comes in aggressively and uses his power early, he could potentially break Crawford down. As fight night approaches, the boxing world remains divided. Roy Jones Jr.'s comments are a reminder that in elite boxing, execution of the right strategy makes all the difference.
It's a bit tough. So right now, I think it go either way, but it depends on what type of fight Canelo fights.
You've been a guy that went up in weight class. How do you think Terence Crawford should handle the weight? Should he come in lighter? Should he come right around the weight limit?
Come in as big as he can get. If he get to the weight limit, because there is a weight limit, get to the weight limit.
Canelo's ability to adapt and neutralize Crawford's style could be the key to victory. But Crawford's mental toughness and ring adaptability may allow him to overcome the size and power disadvantage. This bout promises to be a true clash of styles, with legacy on the line. One man who knows Canelo's strengths better than most is trainer Abel Sanchez, who guided Gennady Golovkin in his 2 classic fights against Canelo in 2017 and 2018.
A ridiculous fight myself. I think that Crawford is too small. Canelo is, in my opinion, the face of boxing right now. I think that look at his resume. I think it's a good fight for a little while. Crawford's hand speed will, just like when Golovkin fought Kell Brook, the hand speed was evident at the beginning of the fight. But as the fight goes on, Canelo's going to start pounding on him, and I think that the fight ends somewhere between the 9th and 12th round.
Are you really